Hey guys! I know it's been a super long time since my last video, a year or more to be exact, and I know my audience is small, but I promise I'm back and I'm here to stay this time. I am going to be posting every Friday morning, so yeah, click that notification bell, mark your calendars, because I will be here. Please stay tuned. Anyway, for this video, my first video back, I thought it would be great to do a redraw of my D&D character Karya. So I actually do a redraw of this character every single year, about every January, just to see how I've improved as an artist and things that maybe I've forgotten from the previous year. And it's just a good comparison for me to see my direction and growth as an artist. Alright, so let's kick things off. Karya is a D&D character that I created in 2019, and you'll notice in my first version of her, I didn't really have a good idea of what her personality was gonna be. She just kind of has that angsty, maybe like Pinterest model look going on, no emotion whatsoever. And I originally actually had her in my mind as a shy character, someone a little bit more quiet and in the background and more in the shadows. But the first day that we played in our D&D campaign, we sat down and I just knew it wasn't a good fit for the campaign. So I just kind of created someone on the spot. Karya kind of showed herself to me, if that makes any sense. Instead of me planning on who she was gonna be, she just kind of came to be, which is one of the reasons I like her a lot. So you'll notice that in the 2020 version, she has a lot more spunk and a lot more appeal, in my opinion. I think that my 2020 version was the most successful so far, actually, because she just looks cute. And that's who I want her to be. Karya is supposed to be young and spunky and cute and sassy, and I think the 2020 version just captures all of that. I think my 2021 version really has a lot of growth in technical skills. For example, I really like how I did the hair for Karya in 2021, but her face just kind of lost some of that magic for me. That spunkiness is still kind of there, but something about it just doesn't really sit well with me. So this year, I really wanted to make sure to capture that look from the 2020 version. And you'll have to let me know if I'm successful in that area or not, because recording this after the fact, I think that I did a pretty good job, but I'm sure that you all have your own opinions. So comment down below and let me know what you think. Another change I felt like I needed to make with this 2022 version is a more bright background, or a brighter atmosphere in general. I felt like last year was kind of a cop-out for me to do this kind of dark gradient of a background. I wanted to have her in this field and have it feel mysterious, but I really got lazy and just kind of whipped something together really fast and didn't think about it too much. But I felt this past year I've done a lot more studies of backgrounds, and especially recently, the last couple of weeks, maybe a month or two, I've been watching a lot of tutorial videos here on YouTube of concept artists and background painters doing these amazing scenes, and it's a really big goal of mine to be better in that area. So I wanted to push myself to do something a little bit different, have a little bit more of a background. And you'll notice that I still get pretty lazy partway through this, and while the background probably could have ended up being better, I think it was pushing myself beyond what I've done in the previous years. And I'm pretty proud of that. I also enjoyed making the background this time more light and brighter, with a bright blue sky and green mountains and flowers. It felt a little bit more fitting for Karya and the story that she's kind of placed in. It's more of a beautiful and bright lit and positive tone versus these mysterious dark tones of the past drawings that I've done. And Karya in general is pretty positive, even though she's this tiefling who looks very dark and mysterious with her black dress and purplish bluish skin. I thought it would be a fun juxtaposition to have her against this bright and colorful background. This time I also decided to forego Karya's classic blue fire that she's had in her last two versions, which I actually kind of regret, because in our campaign it is a classic move for Karya to use some kind of blue fire, whether it's fireball or chromatic orb or flaming sphere. Whatever it is, she is always using her blue fire. But this time I felt like there was a lot of blue in the sky, and so I went with green. But looking at the image again, there's green everywhere, so I don't know if it would have been that much different to have her blue fire. Maybe I'll go back in and change it a different time. Maybe I won't. Maybe I'll just save it for next year. Either way, that is a change that I decided to make, and you know what? I'm gonna stick with it. I also decided to change her dress a tiny bit. In my sketching phase, I actually was pretty excited to change her dress a lot more than I ended up doing. When I got to the coloring, I got super lazy. So I ended up just basically changing the dress back to all the other versions, just straight black. I wanted to incorporate more D&D feeling elements with some kind of corset or lace or something in it, but when I started coloring, I started feeling a little bit overwhelmed, and I realized I have not practiced doing clothing basically at all this past year, which is something that I want to work on now. So now I know one of my new goals for 2022, do more clothing. You can kind of tell I didn't improve very much. I gave her this see-through sleeve thing, but it's pretty confusing to tell what that is, and it doesn't really look very good, honestly. I should probably just take it out, but you know what? It's fine. I will just see improvement for next year, hopefully. But either way, I think that the bluish lighting on the dress looks really nice, and overall, the dress being simple I think is fine. I think she fits pretty nice in the scene, and I think an overall look at her just feels really nice to me. So yeah, there's a lot of things this year that I feel like I've done a lot better, and maybe some things that I can still improve on. But that's kind of the fun thing about doing these redraws, is that you get to see where have I improved and where have I not. So thank you guys so much for taking this journey with me. I think that I've learned a lot with this new Karya drawing, and yeah, hopefully you guys can see me improve over the course of 2022, so that next year we can see a new and improved Karya as well. Thank you to all of you who made it to the end of this video. I am so grateful for you guys. Please leave a comment down below letting me know what you liked about this video and what you think I could improve for the next one. I'm so excited to be making more videos and to get to know you guys better, so please hit that subscribe button, that notification bell, and I will see you guys next time.